Welcome to Homebrew Magic, a video series about EDH where we do our best to build unique, fun, or just plain silly deck lists to play against each other, followed by a breakdown of how they did so we can all learn and get better at this game that we love.
Hello and welcome to another VDH episode from the Homebrew Magic Podcast.
I heard you like enchantments.
Chris got real excited and is going first. Chris, who'd you bring tonight?
This is my second game with my Zur Eternal Schemer deck. I really shit the bed the last time I played this and made some terrible plays, and before I made the planned changes to this, I thought I owed the deck one more run, hopefully with cleaner lines of play this time. Not wiping my own enchantments off the board with Pestilence.
Wiping your own ass instead.
I wipe my own ass!
That being said, I will draw for the turn. I will play this Mist Veil Plains tapped, and I will pass to Schnell.
Okay, and Schnell brought Nine Fingers Keene.
I know what that means.
Means I'm going to try and win by Maze's End.
I love
Let's see how gate victory goes. But for those of you who aren't aware, Nine Fingers Keene is a 4/4 human rogue for 4. It has Menace and Ward of Pay 9 life. Whenever Nine Fingers Keene deals combat damage to a player, I may look at the top 9 cards of my library. I may put a gate card from among them on the battlefield. Then, if I control 9 or more gates, I put the rest into my hand. Otherwise, I put the rest on the bottom of my library in a random order. That's a lot of goddamn words.
Best deck name. Go Away Gatin' or Pushing the Gate Agenda?
I mean, it's the Gate Conspiracy usually. But, no, it's Go Away Gatin' is still the deck name. Right. I need to update because this was a Golos deck until Golos got banned. So, now it's Nine Fingers Keene.
My first thought when you said Nine Fingers Keene was... Keene can pleasure 9 ladies at a time.
And I was the only person that remembered Keene.
And my second thought was the circus season of American Horror Show where the guy had lobster claws.
Oh, lobster claws, yeah.
And all the ladies would talk to him after the show because he also had a side project of just lobster fingering ladies.
So, Forest will be my land for the turn. And then I'm going to go into a Soul Ring, a Tormod's Crypt, and Soul Ring into Expedition Map.
There you go.
Before I pass to Teej.
That damn surprise.
Tormod's Crypt.
That's a turn.
What up, Podmind? It's your boy Teej.
What, you have graveyard interaction that I should be afraid of?
I mean, it's enchantments. It always does.
Tonight, it's Korvold, Fey Cursed King. Land matters.
He's bringing the heavy hitters tonight.
Bringing out the flamethrowers tonight.
My lands matter too.
Again, Korvold is being run tonight because there's a new Lord of the Rings card in this deck that I want to see. I remember which one it is, and I'm excited to see it.
Is it in your opening hand again?
It's not.
Damn.
It wasn't in my opening hand.
Did Lord of the Rings have any gates? Was the Black Gate a gate?
That's a good question.
I think it was a skin. I think, right? Wasn't it skin?
My opening play will be a Scalding Tarn, which I will sacrifice.
It's a legendary land.
And go find a land, and I'll pass over to you. What's your name? Nelson.
Woo! Hey, Kambal's back. I'm gonna make people.
The Black Gate is a legendary land gate.
Hooray!
It is a gate?
It is a gate.
So. It's an actual card, right? Not a skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, Kambal. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, that player loses 2. I gain 2. Woo! Draw for turn. Planes go.
He can make Gallop.
Nice.
Unblockable.
Planes go to Chris.
Drawing. After I untap, because that's the proper procedure. I'm going to play Murkwater Pathway as my land for the turn.
Pathaway.
And Pathaway.
And Path the turn.
Nice.
Untap. Upkeep drawer.
And Pathway's hot.
And Pathway.
I mean, yes. Land for the turn will be a wasteland. And we will...
No, all I can think of is that song by 10 Years.
It's a good song. I love
It's a
10
great
years.
song.
Gate Creeper Vine, 0/2 Defender. When it enters the battlefield, I may search my library for a basic land or a gate card, reveal it, put it in my hand, and then shuffle my library.
Shit, he's gating.
Bet this idiot goes for a basic.
He's gating.
Go away, Gate.
He's gating. I hope this game ends in 15 minutes because you just managed to spill them all out.
So we'll grab Dimir Guildgate as our gate for the turn, and then pass to Tejas.
I'll untap my Cinderglade, which I found with my Scalding Tarn. I will pay 2 life to have Overgrown Tomb enter the battlefield untapped.
This guy using his life like a resource.
And then I will play Cinder
All the
Vines.
best players do.
Ooh, that's a good.
Oh shit.
Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, Cinder Vines deals 1 damage to that player. I can also pay 1 and sacrifice it to destroy an artifact or enchantment and deal 2 damage to that permanent's control.
I
Pass
really
turn.
like Cinder Vines, and I think it's an underplay card.
Agreed.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Swing. Pay 2 for Knight's Whisper. So I
That's a
take
non-creature
2,
spell.
right?
Take
Well,
one.
no, 1. And then I take 2 from Knight's Whisper, and then I will draw 2, and then I will pass the turn. Is that good for Chris?
Maybe it will be a quick game.
I will play a Reflecting Pool as my land for the turn. 2 white, black, Mesa Enchantress, pass to Chanel.
Before the end of your turn, I'm going to activate Soul Ring and then activate Expedition Map to sack it and search for a land, reveal it, put it in my hand.
Bet it's a gate.
I have shush with your shush. We'll grab Gate, the Ben Affleck movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. It's the joke I was gonna make. Get out of my head.
I awkwardly shuffle. Ugh. Cut me. Then
There's some authority to that cut.
untap, upkeep, draw. We will. 2 for non-land spells or non.
1 damage when you
spells.
cast a non-creature.
Okay, so
Yeah, Kambal's not up.
we will Summer Bloom. I may play up to 3 additional lands this turn.
Oof.
We will drop a Gond Gate, Petrified Field, and Demir Gate. Demir Guild Gate. Then add 1 mana of any color that a gate I control could produce.
Does
So
that series of gates enter tapped or
No, Gone Gate.
Gone Gates, it does not enter tapped, and then its gates you control enter untapped.
Gone
Oh,
Gate
that's
is
the
really
rare
good.
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Gone Gate.
I'm reading from an angle here, and I thought it said Gone Gates enters untapped. Like
To
it
be
just
fair,
spells
that's
it out.
kind of how my brain like. I know it's a gate, but slow down. Don't tap it. Just let it go. Just let it gate. That's I don't have enough mana colors available yet, so we will pass to Tej.
What's that? I will draw.
That was a real good turn.
I missed a land drop. Technically, Summer Bloom gave me 3 extra. I
I'll
didn't do my land
play a
for the turn.
snow-covered swamp. I will
Says
play
Nelson just holds his hand out for the
Yeah, I
camera.
wasn't even thinking.
Neverwinter Dryad.
It's for the
And
viewers at home.
I will pay the 2
Show
and
'em whatever you want.
sacrifice it right away
Pocket
to
camp.
search my
Yeah.
library for a basic forest
Gross.
and put it on the battlefield tapped. Pass turn.
Alright. Untap. Upkeep.
Here's
draw.
a snow-covered forest.
Godless Shrine, untap. I'll take 2. I am going to pay 2, and then take 1 from Cinder Vines for Blind Obedience. Artifacts and creatures my opponent's control enter the battlefield tapped. Also has Extort. Then I will pay. I'll tap Godless Shrine for white. And I'll cast Soul's Attendant, one of the sisters. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, I may gain 1 life. Go Chris.
Hey, sister, soul sister, why you only at 34, sister? I like that my creatures enter tapped and my non-creatures hurt me.
Plains for the turn. Black and 2. We'll cast Grim Guardian. Is a 1/4 enters tapped, right?
Yep.
Whenever Grim Guardian or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. Triggers Mesa Enchantress. I draw a card. Pass.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Land for the turn. Command Tower.
I think so. I was
One of those-
I was not playing a lot during that block.
Green in 3. I will take 1 for a circuitous route. I may search my library for up to 2 basics and or gate cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped.
Holy
Which
gates.
that will put them on the
he's
battlefield
gating
tapped.
hard over
even
there.
though
furiously gating.
Yeah. Go away, Gaten.
Palms are getting hairy.
That's a myth, but I can't see very well. So we will grab the Simic Guild Guide. Chris got there. And the Golgari Guild Gate.
It's because of the splooge.
Yeah. You're not supposed to look in the barrel.
Somebody who had bifocals in middle school. Yeah, I'm aware of the stigma.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so...
Okay, sorry, I'm laughing too hard. I should have gained a life from your fella. Sorry.
Okay. Blue, black,
Start drinking before I...
green...
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, the jokes last longer. So I've read.
Okay. Nine Fingers Keene, ETB's tapped.
Oh, God. So many cum jokes.
I'm drowning over here.
Nine Fingers Keene.
Nelson, I had a creature come into play. Do you...
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Teach.
Untap. Draw.
May I read your commander?
Yes.
I will.
Menache.
Play Argoth, Sanctum of Nature. It enters taps because I do not have a legendary
Draw.
green creature.
Got it.
It taps to add a green, and I can pay 2 and 2 green and tap it to create a 2/2 bear. Then mill 3 cards.
Grr.
My creature for turn.
Gate count is only 4, though, for those actually.
Gating at home.
Yes.
Sakura
Gating
Tribeller.
along.
For those gating along. I
Then
mean, it's a gate weekend because I ran Stargate SG1 last night, so.
It's true.
Deathrat Shaman.
Gate life.
I played 2 creatures.
Oh yeah, you got Steve too.
And I will pass turn.
Cool. And they both enter tap, by the way.
Yep.
Blind
Aha.
Obedience. Untap, upkeep, and
Well,
draw for
if that's the case, I'm just going to sacrifice the Tri-Builder immediately. Instead of waiting for blocks.
Waiting for Blackman.
Okay.
What do I want?
I'm gonna play Marsh Flats.
I do
and,
want a mountain.
Crack it right away. And
Snow-covered mountain.
I'm just gonna find this guy. Lose a life.
Plains. Okay.
Yep. Sorry. This guy. Being,
We're gonna find this guy.
This guy being a plains.
Paint me a word picture. Plains enters the battlefield. A hush befalls the crowd. A man struggles to shuffle his deck.
Yeah.
He's aroused for some reason.
Alright, then I'm going to pay 4. And I'm going to cast Cosmos Elixir, taking 1 from Cindervines. At the beginning of my end step, I draw a card if my life total is greater than my starting life total. Otherwise, I gain 2 life.
Quick, pop Cindervines and...
Is Cindervines one whenever you cast a non-creature? Or
Yep.
just- okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I keep thinking it's
Alright,
artifact or
go
enchantment
ahead,
due to
Chris.
how it interacts with artifacts and enchantments.
And then at my end step, I'll gain 2 life.
I'm gonna give it 38.
Draw for the turn.
Yep.
Oof.
Play plans. I will cast Invasion of Theros. I'll put it under your charge.
Ah.
Enters with 4 Whatcha-Jiggers.
Lose a life.
Whoa.
Yeah, can't.
Go to 39.
Can't see that.
I'll attempt to remove one of the 4 Whatcha-Jiggers by attacking it with my Grim Guardian.
I will block with my 0/2.
Didn't see that. Awful play on my part. Pass turn.
Fantastic. On tap. Keep draw. Oh, there's a thing. So deals combat damage to a player. Look at the top 9. Yep, we're gonna go to combat and Chris.
Goddamn 39 life.
4 commander damage. Trigger. Deals combat damage to player. Look at the top 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. I may put a gate from among them on the battlefield. Then I will not control 9 gates yet, so the rest will go on the bottom of my library in a random order. We will grab Thran Portal, which is a gate. Enters the battlefield tapped unless I control 2 or fewer other lands. As it enters the battlefield, choose a basic land type. We'll take Forest, just because this deck is mostly green. And then mana abilities of Thran Portal cost an additional 1 to activate.
Does Keene say to play it tapped?
It says it plays it tapped.
Yeah, but you have a Gone Gate out, don't you?
That just says that gates come into... this is a separate trigger to my understanding, wouldn't it be? Or is it... Since Gone Gate says gates control enter the battlefield untapped, would that untap it?
I believe it would.
Because these enter the battlefield tapped. That... you have the... I can't read the card when you hold it.
Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands.
Oh yeah, so that would be untapped then.
Yeah, it's untapped.
Okay. So,
Forest.
1, 2, 3, 4. Gate count 5.
Basically, you choose which one of those effects you want to apply.
Gotcha. Then you will throw down a tapped Stuffy Doll. I feel like Nelson's gonna get out of hand real quick, so we're gonna choose Nelson as our Stuffy Doll target. Did you? Oh, you gained your life off of that?
I gained my life off.
Excellent, excellent. And then we'll deal ourselves some damage off of Cindervines, and we will explore the Underdark. Search my library for up to 2 basic lands and/or gates. Put them on the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle, and I take the initiative.
I'm gonna get a tattoo that says Underdark on my taint.
That hurts.
Right on my gooch.
Explore Dee's team.
We delved too deep.
Too greedily.
Too greedily.
Greedily. So, we're going to take the Black Dragon Gate and Boulder's Gate. Black Dragon Gate will produce blue. In addition to...
Keene puts them both into play.
No! Explore the Underdark puts them both into play.
You know, teaches gooch.
So gross.
So gooch.
The reference and the in-game effect.
Yes.
The mechanical effect of that.
Nelson, you cut your...
But not the visual. The visual is badass.
And then I need to track my initiative.
Your gates are untapped, too.
They are put into play tapped from this ability. Wouldn't that, or is that also... I'm really bad at this, aren't I? Okay.
So
now what is your gate count? 7?
Yes.
Oh my lord.
The battlefield untapped.
No.
I believe that those make them enter the battlefield tapped.
Okay, that's what I thought for this specific instance.
I will look that up again later. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Okay. So, as I take the initiative, it's whenever one or more creatures, or whenever you take the initiative or at the beginning of your upkeep, I search my library for a basic land, reveal it, put it in my hand, then shuffle. We'll put an island into my hand, and then my island, I believe, will just be my land for the turn.
The way you said my island.
I have 5 lands.
Took me back to Muppet Christmas Carol when all the mice in Scrooge's building are talking about taking a vacation, and they're like, "This is my island in the sun." Oi, oi!
I will pass to Tej,
It's such a good movie.
because I have no more cards in hand. 1, 2, 3,
That is a
4,
hell of a
5, 6,
horse
7,
state.
8, 9, 10.
Okay, I'm wrong. You have once again the option if you want them to enter untapped or tapped.
Okay.
Will that change anything? Are you able to play something?
No,
Because it is
I'm
in
out of
hand,
cards.
so-
Oh.
But
Good.
if they can be untapped,
Draw.
I will have them untapped.
Nelson, I see you have a land in your graveyard. Exile it.
As it were.
I will add 1 red with that.
Don't much crypt for it.
You could.
I'm not going to.
All right.
wait
2,
till it's
3,
relevant.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Somebody tries to replenish or some bullshit.
I'm gonna cast Omnath, Locus of Rage.
Discard.
5/5 Elemental. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, I get a 5/5 red and green elemental creature token. And whenever
Korvold lands better deck.
Omnath, Locus of Rage, or another elemental I control
man.
dies, Omnath deals 3 damage to target creature or player.
Yep. That's gotta go.
I will play a land for turn. It will be a snow-covered forest. I will get an elemental. There it is.
ETB's tapped, and Nelson gains more life.
Pass turn.
Fucking.
Right. Putting you at 41.
Yep. Untap, upkeep, and draw for turn.
Oh, Skeeter, he ain't hurt nobody.
I played out my cards, guys. What do I do now?
Alright. I'm gonna pay 3. I'm gonna cast my commander, gaining a life off of Soul's Attendant. I'm going to.
You okay over there?
Getting better by the belt.
You're leaking a lot of like gases. And
I'm gonna move my end
You look
step
like you need to take a
and
take a
draw
walk.
from Cosmos Elixir, and I will pass turn to.
Shit, never mind. It's his turn. It's his turn now.
Oh,
Can't ask him to get me a beer when it's his turn.
that's fair. Do I wasteland destroying Tejas Forest and then Tormod script his graveyard away? No, there's no reason to do
I was
that.
gonna say I don't see why you would.
I like to just think out loud, quietly,
Night's Whisper.
to myself.
Nothing.
I got Jack all.
3, 4. Going to cast Conclave Tribunal.
Is that an enchantment?
Yes.
You lose
You
left.
lose 2.
I lose 3.
Yep.
Then you each lose 1 from Grim Guardian, and I draw a card. I am going to exile Omnath. That's it.
Why?
Omnath is a bitch.
Omnath is a bitch. Omnath is a bitch. Hey, hey.
He comes back though if you get rid of the tribunal.
He does.
Oh, does he? Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, he's
pop him under there then.
locked away.
Um,
An absurd being of energy was just put on trial by a bunch of little people. They're like, nope,
Nope.
go to jail.
Put him away.
Fine.
It's like that fucking Parks and Rec episode.
Then I'm going to Vanishing Verse Year
You overcook
0
the
2.
chicken, straight to jail.
What? Why would you fuck it?
So I can- so I
what
can-
does it destroy it? Does it? Why don't
Exile.
You exile my 0/2.
Yes, I did.
So you can remove 1 counter
Yes,
from your
I
invasion
did.
of Theros.
3 life.
Worth it.
Yeah,
Wait, what did you play?
Vanishing Verse on his 0 2.
he
yeah.
took
And then I
3,
gained
so you could
2.
deal 1.
Nice.
And that's my favorite, right?
Yes.
I think. Best turn.
All right. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I'm gonna go to combat. Nelson, 4/4 menace.
It's your commander?
Commander. Yep.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Trigger.
Where are you? You're over
2,
here.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
41.
9. Payback is a bitch. Oh, payback is a bitch. Oh, payback. Basilisk Gate. Gate count 8. Gate count not enough. These will go to the bottom of my library in a rando order.
He's at 8 gates.
Yeah. I want to see this thing win in less
Good
than
thing-
half an hour.
good thing you got Omnath.
Fantastic.
Now,
This is fantastic.
bottom in the rando. Then we will pass to Teach. That feels like enough. And oh, actually, do I wanna? Nope. Yeah, we'll pass to Teach.
I had a plan. No, I have a different plan. 4, 5, 6, 7.
I need to just power through another rewatch of Scrubs.
Yeah. I will move to my turn. That's it.
He's allowed to do that when I say no.
I am.
Super odd.
Yeah.
Draw. Well, all will be made clear. First thing I am going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to play Korvold.
ETP stat.
When Korvold enters the battlefield or attacks, sacrifice another non-permanent. Whenever Korvold enters the battlefield,
Sacrifice a spell on the
sacrifice
stack.
another permanent. In response to that trigger, I'm going to pay 1 mana and sacrifice Cinder Glaives to destroy this enchantment. No. And do 3 damage to you. I'm sorry, 2 damage to you. I get Omnath back. Whenever I sacrifice a permanent, I put a +1/+1 counter on Korvold and draw a card.
Question.
Yes.
When he comes back from exile, he technically enters the battlefield again, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I will draw a card.
Just make
Yeah, no, it's exile's a different zone.
Korvold trigger. Sacrifice another permanent. I will sacrifice this elemental. Korvold gets counter. I will draw a card. I'm going to do 3 damage to Kambal.
Alright.
If you did 3 damage to Stuffy Doll, Nelson would take that damage.
Well, I don't care about Nelson's life total.
No.
Korvold is tapped. Yet. Then I will play Wooded Foothills as my land for turn, giving me an elemental.
You gain a life.
Yeah.
That's why he pointed.
I was like, wait, is he sacrificing it? But
Nope.
I got there.
Then I will pass the turn to my good friend Nelson.
Alrighty. Untap, upkeep, and draw for turn.
This is exciting. It's early and we're all on edge.
Activate.
20 minutes in, just oh shit, what's happening?
I'm gonna play an Urborg.
Any?
Oh, I forgot I had this card in the deck.
Ooh, Urborg.
Urborg. I'm a Urborg.
I'm going to grab a Ziotor's Proving Ground.
I'm going to pay 5, and I'm going to cast Subversion during my upkeep. Each opponent loses a life. I gain life for each life lost this way.
I'm getting another elemental. You gain a life.
Alrighty.
That's your upkeep trigger?
My upkeep, yeah, nothing happens right now. Okay. I'm going to move to my end step, and I will
Also,
draw a card.
should have drawn a card from that.
Cosmos Elixir. Go ahead, Chris.
Tap.
Ooh.
Draw.
Goddamn blind obedience.
For each. You have a Stuffy Doll on tap now.
I do. Attack someone else.
I just want the battle.
You always give me the battle, and I always just fucking dig
Defend it
in.
to the death?
And yeah, to the last fucking man.
But
I will
it's-
sacrifice my whole goddamn board. I've been entrusted with a responsibility. This is like hold my baby.
But it's not.
I know. It's my baby because I'm holding it.
Alright, play land.
Teach, grab me a spotted cow as long as you're up.
Will do. You can have this one.
That's the best one. Thank you. Oh, it's cold as shit. Colder than the frozen tundra, eh?
Oh, great.
Wisconsin brood.
Tell you what.
What's that, Coors? You want to be inside me? Sorry. 9 fingers Keene. 8 fingers deep.
Going to
9 fingers is 18 knuckles in there right now.
I'm going to cast my commander.
Which finger are you missing, Keene? The pinky on your offhand. That doesn't even count. The pinky actually provides a substantial amount
Figure
of
eights.
grip strength.
Then I will get 2 mana. I'll cast Michiko's Reign of Truth. Oh yeah. You each lose 1 from Grim Guardian.
35.
And I
34.
draw a card.
44. I got you.
Thank you, sir.
You looked busy.
Grim Guardian will get +1/+1 until end of turn for each artifact and/or enchantment I control.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is-
Grim Guardian
Gain a life
Leviosa.
though. There's a creature, right? Yeah.
Yep. So now it is a
Gain a life from
3/6. I will go to combat.
To the bitter fucking end. Trying to teach you to never give me fucking battles again.
You got a Death Ray Shaman over there.
I do.
He's got a Soul Sister that I hate.
To the
Fiery
bitter
Passion.
Fucking.
Which means he's probably not going to block with it.
Nelson, I'll attack for 3.
I'm gonna bite the soap, make you look like an asshole. What happens when he hits me? Anything?
It has lifelink and death touch at
Oh.
next proof, so I just gained. I gained 3.
Bug it. I lose 3. 42.
And I guess I will pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Undercity trigger. I will Lost Well. Scry 2. Tuck both of those. They are non-gate lands. I don't need those.
Weren't even there.
Yeah. They're there to provide mana for the spells till I get the gates. Step 1, get the gates. Step 2,
Bad
something.
deck building. Let's run nothing but gates.
I agree.
Cheap mana rocks, you'll be fine.
2, 3, 4. Wait. 2, 3, 4. 4. 4. I need to count to 4, and I didn't stop. So.
Suck it, band.
2 green and 4. Ulvenwald Hydra. Ulvenwald Hydra's power and toughness is equal to the number of lands you control. When it enters the battlefield, I may search my library for a land card and put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle my library. So, land enters the battlefield, or I'm sorry, creature enters the battlefield. Nelson trigger. Ulvenwald Hydra. ETBs, I search. Then, for
Can you zoom in on that?
a land. The land I will get. Do I get the gate or do I utilize the. No. We're gonna grab a Maze's End and put that into play.
Oof.
ETB's tapped. ETB's tapped anyway.
Gate count?
Gate count 8.
You need 10?
I need 10 with Maze's End's ability to resolve.
Yep.
Nelson, cut me. Why? What do you got? What are you doing?
Nothing. I literally have no answers.
Okay.
I'm just thinking.
Gross.
I know.
I will go to combat. Teach.
Yeah.
I'm sending my 4/4 Menace Commander your way.
I will take your 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Trigger. I look at the top 9. Ulvenwald Hydra came out, and I got a Maze's End off of its ETB Find a Land trigger. 3, 6, 9 fingers.
Do you need 10 gates to win with
10,
Maze's
10
End?
gates is the count, yes.
Is that immediate or on your upkeep?
So,
He's got to activate it.
it's
Oh,
pay
that's right.
3, tap, and return Maze's End to its owner's hand. Search my library for a gate card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle your library. If you control 10
That's
or
right.
more gates with different names, you win the game. Off of Keene's trigger, we're going to grab a Seagate. Gate count 9. Then, if you control 9 or more gates, put the rest into your hand. So I just keep the rest of these cards.
I don't think I realized that those lands were gates.
Oh,
The ones from Baldur's Gate?
the gates from Baldur's Gate. That
That
say
made me
gate
sound
in-
like an idiot.
That was not my intent.
No, I know.
when
I was looking for clarification.
when Seagate comes into play, I'm going to choose green.
The
again,
build
as
your
well.
own dual land.
So, second main. Gate Colossus for free.
44.
When it enters the battlefield under your control, you may, or when a gate enters, I may put it from my graveyard on top of my library. Then tap these four for a wilderness reclamation. At the beginning of my end step, I untap all lands I control.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Blue and this one for a trade routes. And Rumming Up Excavator.
It's hard.
I go to my end step. I untap all the lands I control. I will activate Maze's End. This is where I'm going to resolve it. You start seeing if you can stop me.
You search your library? I can't do shit.
Yeah, return it to my hand, search my library for a gate, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle, and that will put me at gate count 10 for victory count 1.
Too bad I'm tapped out.
So Nine Fingers Keene got all 27 knuckles in, and we got the gate victory with Maze's End. This is a fun, silly combo deck that just focuses on ramping out as many gates as possible. It is one of my favorite types of decks to build because you don't get a lot of updates to worry about when sets come out. It's such a weird niche that gates aren't going to see a lot of set-by-set introduction. Baldur's Gate was a huge addition to this deck when they banned Golos, and I could no longer use him to sneak out other lands, so I'm glad Nine Fingers finally got there. Explore the Underdark was wonderful and in my opening hand, along with the Summer Bloom and Expedition map, and then I drew the Circuitous Route, I think the third turn. So I absolutely ramped way more than any player should have, and I don't even know how big my Hydra was at the end because it didn't matter. Maze's End with that Reclamation, or yeah, was it Reclamation? Well, Wilderness Reclamation. Being able to untap, because that's the other thing. Giving everyone a, hey, I win next turn heads up, doesn't matter when I just win at my end step. So, Nine Fingers got there, and whee!
Korvold is another one of my decks where people see it hit the table, and they know they're in for a hell of a game, except Chanel. Chanel didn't give a shit. He said, you're playing a Lance deck? I'm playing a Lance deck. We'll see who comes out on top. And it was Gates. So it was a shorter game for us. I did a lot of setup. I didn't do a whole lot of action stuff. But a turn 2 Cindervines was a real good turn 2. So anytime anyone played something that wasn't a creature, they were taking 1 damage. Getting that out, obviously, as early as you can is the best thing you could do with it. And then I also like it because I can destroy an enchantment and an artifact. But it's also in the deck very synergistically with Korvold because I have to sacrifice it to destroy an artifact or enchantment. And whenever I sacrifice anything with Korvold, I'm going to get a plus and encounter, and I'm going to get to draw a card. A lot of the cards in my deck have that. They sacrifice to do effects, so I get the effect plus a counter plus a card draw. Basically what the deck is built around. There's tons of different ways you could build Korvold. I did land matters. My MVP this game, again, it was too short of a game really to play MVPs, but Omnath appeared to be a threat to Chris. Chris removed it. I was able to get it back. I had plans for that Omnath. Once I hit Korvold out, the idea was to sacrifice elemental tokens to do the damage and then create more elemental tokens with the lands I was playing. Nice little engine going there. That didn't end up happening because Gates got there very, very quickly. I said at the top of this game, I picked this one because there is a new card in it. There is not. There are 2 new cards in it. I forgot about the second one. The first one, the one I was most excited to play, was Smeagol, Helpful Guide. Smeagol is a 4/2 halfling horror, and at the beginning of my end step, if a creature died under my control this turn, the ring tempts me. It's real easy to get creatures to die under my control, either sacrificing them for their own effects or sacrificing them to Korvold. So I should be able to trigger that. The ring abilities, again, I need to take a closer look at those. The ring tempt mechanic isn't a big part of the gameplay for the deck, but it's Smeagol's second ability that really excites me. Whenever the ring tempts you, target opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped under your control and the rest into their graveyard. Smeagol is just getting me more lands, which is what the deck wants, and it's getting me other people's lands. It doesn't count as my land drop for the turn. It's just a way to ramp, gives me more fodder to sacrifice for things. I think Smeagol is going to be very powerful in this deck, but I need to see him first in order to figure that out. The card I forgot that I threw in the deck is Entish Restoration. An instant for 2 and a green. Sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, instead search your library for 3 basic lands, put them on the battlefield tapped, and shuffle. This is kind of an upgraded Harrow, where you sacrifice a land, get 2 lands. I didn't initially run Harrow in the deck because there were other things that I wanted to have in the deck as far as ramp goes. I need 3 mana plus a land to sacrifice to get Harrow, as opposed to a bunch of cheaper options where I don't get as many lands. Jesus, I got the Coors burps. There are cheaper options where I get fewer lands, but I can get them out quicker. And they're more permanent based, so like Sakura Tribe Elder or the Never whatever the hell Dryad I played at the top of the game. Those are things where if I don't need the land drop, Korvold can eat those, so I can get the Korvold trigger. So there's more options for synergistic plays with that. But Entish Restoration can get me 3 basic lands instead of just the 2 if I don't have the creature. And I think that 3rd basic land put this instant over the top. I don't remember what I cut for it, but I think 3 landfall triggers is going to be real good. That's 3 elemental tokens with Omnath. That's 3 for the Lagak that hits each opponent for 1 damage whenever our land comes into play. 3 land drops is 3 separate Field of the Dead triggers. So I think the 3 lands that I get from Entish Restoration puts it over the top, and it makes me think just a little bit more about Harrow. But I still don't think I still don't think Harrow is necessarily worth it with the way I've built this deck. Maybe I'm just a bad deck builder. Who knows? But anyway, Entish Restoration is a card I was excited to try out, and hopefully one day I will.
I don't know how to follow that dissertation, nor do I know what was said. No, this is a great game. All along, as soon as Schnell revealed who he was going to be playing, I was rooting for his deck to win, and I wanted to see it do it really fast. And it did. I didn't think we were going to see it go that fast. I thought there'd be a little bit more interaction or something to kind of stall or stop him. But like you said, he just kind of drew into everything he needed, and being able to dig 9 knuckles deep into your deck to find more gates is pretty awesome. So that was really fun to watch. Every time Korvold hits the deck, it's everybody's sphincter tightens up a little bit, because it's a real scary, real intense deck that everybody, if you've ever seen an episode of the show where that game deck's on the table, it can get out of control really, really fast. It's a really, really well built deck, and unfortunately, we didn't get to see much from Zur this time around. Although we didn't really see much of anything from anything other than a little bit of Korvold, a lot of bit of Nine Fingers Keene, and like nothing from Kambal or Zur. So I love my Kambal deck. One takeaway that I've noticed over the last few games is I'm not seeing mana fast enough. So I'm playing black and white, so it's next to impossible to ramp. I think that deck has a land tax in it, if I need it, but I think I need to revisit like the mana rot count maybe, and then just do some retooling as far as access to mana and things like that. I like the deck a lot. I like what it does. It's a total Nelson kind of deck. grind it out, make your opponents pay for playing the game, and go from there. But yeah, I think I need to revisit the mana base and reevaluate what mana rocks are in there, just so that I feel like it plays a little bit more consistently. I had to mulligan away my first hand. My second hand I kept because I had a Swamp and a Plains and a Night's Whisper, and then everything else was 5 mana or higher as far as my CMC. So I kind of just said a prayer with the Night's Whisper, and it worked. I ended up with, I think, 5 land at the end of the game on the board, and then I did have the Orzhov Basilica. I had a bounce land in my hand that every time I was going to play it, I did draw another land, so didn't get to play that one out. But it was there, but it's not consistent enough, so I think I really need to go back and retool it. But definitely we'll be bringing Kambal back soon, just because this was not his best showing, and I think Nine Fingers Keene really showed out. That was a ton of fun. I love decks like that, and Chanel is the king of gimmicks, and he really makes them pay off, in unique ways. And I think that's a really fun deck, and it was cool how it won tonight.
This was a bit of a non-game, but it was a fantastic showing by Keene, Nine-Fingered Keene. Gates came out hot and heavy, ramp. I think it was turn 6. It was a ridiculous showing. This deck has always had the potential to do this. I didn't think it could be as good as it was under Golos, but Keene is some ridiculous advantage, and it's just triggered advantage. You don't have to spend this gigantic pool of mana like you had to with Golos to dig and spin the wheel and see what you hit. You're just attacking with a 4/4 menace creature, something you want to be doing anyway, and it's just nitrous for that Gates deck. I don't have an MVP. I barely had a AP, let alone a most valuable one. It was ridiculous. We were literally just witnesses to like the ass kicking that was Gates tonight. This was a very short game. Most of our games tend to be a little more interactive than this. If you want to see them, please follow, like, and subscribe.